Can we talk about something a little bit less friendly today? I hope so. What's up guys? Hi everybody, welcome or welcome back. If you're new here, hello. If you're a regular, then thank you so much for your long-term loyalty. I love you so much. But today I'm going to talk about something that really gets on my nerves, grinds my gears, irritates the hell out of me, and something I've just had to learn to live with. And I'm going to talk to you about how you can learn to live with it as well. And we're going to talk today about what to do when people copy you. Now, I'm not talking about people copy what you say. I'm talking about people copying your brand or your branding or just, you know, everything from your whole website or your business strategy, your photography style, your business practices in your local community. Basically, people who copy shit you do and there's no reason for it. And that's what I want to talk about because basically it's really infuriating and I think it needs a discussion. Let me set the scene for you guys. I started this YouTube channel February of 2020 and we grew reasonably rapidly. By summer, people were copying stuff and by autumn, people were copying more stuff. And by December, I was nearly in tears because there's just like, there's nothing I can do because everybody is copying me. People copying you, it sounds really petty, but it's not. It's really frustrating because you've probably worked really hard to come up with these ideas or these strategies or these brands, for example, and then someone just comes along and goes, oh, that looks good, I'm going to do that. Hold that thought. Copying is imitation. Imitation is the sincerest form of flattery, as we are all continually told. But I spoke to my dad about this because he's like a pretty decent business guy and he's been copied a lot. And he said to me, Jess, I've been doing this for 20 years and you never get over it. You just never get used to it. It will always irritate you. It's really annoying to hear that because I thought, Dad, you know, give me some advice that will help me manage my feelings. And he was like, I can't. All I can say is you just got to keep going, keep one step ahead because they will always be behind you. If somebody is copying you, then they're behind you. So you've already done that if they're copying you, and you could have done that one day and then they've copied it the next day. And in those situations, honestly, if you're in a situation where somebody is copying you that badly, block them. Just block them. I saw on social media recently on Instagram a particular photographer who I think is lovely, just a really nice person, and he does specific things every week. So he does like a Monday theme, a Tuesday theme, a Wednesday theme, and he writes these posts and they have the same start to them and then they have the same end but a different middle bit. I went scrolling through my feed. Hang on a minute, this looks like the writing that photographer uses. Somebody was literally copying the whole of his caption, didn't even change any words, just the whole thing, and was just doing it as like, oh, I made this up. No, you didn't. I think it's so rude, it's really disrespectful, and it shows a massive lack of integrity. But what I'm trying to say is don't copy people. You can take inspiration from things, but don't copy people because it's not you. It's not your stuff. So you're always going to be feeling like a fraud, and that's because you kind of are. You're probably not watching this as a copier. You're probably watching this as somebody who has been copied. You can, if you want to, get really angry with the person who's copied you and just launch an all-out social media war. I would suggest trying other alternative options before doing that because at the end of the day, it's very easy then for them to frame you as the bad guy. If the copying has breached intellectual property law or copyright law, then obviously you need to follow the legal channels for that, but chances are it probably hasn't breached any laws. So what can you do? Number one, reframe the situation in your mind. So in your mind, I want you to think of the situation of somebody copying you basically as the fact that they feel either so insecure about themselves, they feel like they do not have the talent, they feel like you are the only example and role model that they can follow, or they feel like they can't do anything right. Those four things are the reasons why somebody is copying you. So if it's happening to you, you need to, to be fair, feel sorry for that person because, you know, it's kind of sad. It's a really sad situation. This jumper is so itchy. Okay, so we kind of know why people copy. Basically, the copying is, damn, you did that shit good. You did it really good, and that's why they're copying you. So kind of give yourself a bit of a pat on the back and be like, I did good here. The more you do good stuff and the more it works, the more people will copy you. There is no escaping that. That's what happens. There is more than one vacuum cleaner because someone else thought, this is a good idea, I'm going to make a vacuum cleaner. Super important thing about copying, did they actually copy you, or did you just have the same idea? If somebody's copying you, they will always never be you, but they could copy you and do it better. And if you're in a risky situation where that might happen, you need to level up. I will do it different and I will do it better. You just have to constantly level up. And if you're in a situation where you are both the same, you are both fighting against each other for the exact same customers and same customer group, you need to think, okay, what can I do different? Because this is not a sustainable situation long term. You make it different and continue up, and they will constantly be fighting. And also in these situations where it's an obvious change, if they then do the same change and try to level up, it's obvious that they have copied you. I want you to remember, if somebody is copying you and you're having to deal with people copying what you do, that you can speak to them. You can send them a message and be like, so I think that you're doing similar stuff to me, and I was just wondering what the situation was, because last week I did this and then this week you've done that, and I just think it's a little bit more than a coincidence. You will be so shocked about how quickly copying stops if you bring it straight to the copier. I would always use this as option B if leveling up is not an option, and then option C would be to block and remove, and option D would be to just deal with it. If you've got someone who's serially copying you, i.e. everything you do they just copy and it's getting really difficult to deal with, you need to block them, remove them, or just, get away from them, because that's not a healthy situation to be in. And I personally think that you can have a better life than dealing with that. If you can't cut them off, I would suggest you need to be tactically different in what you're doing so that there is no way that they can copy you. It's important to remember that only you are in control of how you respond to things like this. You can't control what somebody else does, but you can control how you respond. So take a deep breath, go and make a cup of tea, put your hair up and do something better. That was today's Tuesday Table Talk, and I will see you all again really, really soon.